It's a Friday night showdown in the Wayne County Athletic League as Rittman takes on the Hillsdale Falcons. The Falcons will look to make it 6 straight over Rittman, and it's all coming your way live and free next on the OH Report.
Coach B.
Hey, Travis, what's up?
Oh, not much. What's that sound?
Just working on some long overdue improvements here.
Whoa.
Fit for a Hall of Famer. Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Welcome into the Fickes Furniture pregame show here from Hillsdale High School for tonight's Wayne County Athletic League matchup between Rittman and Hillsdale. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Friday night, live and free on the OH Report. Andy Jardy alongside my partner Jonathan Langdon tonight. Good to see you again, Jonathan.
Yeah, it's good to see you here as well. Last time we were here, we got to see Hillsdale start their season out with a bang, taking down Loudonville with their first game of the year, but now we move on. 10 games have passed, and Hillsdale's still looking pretty solid.
They are looking pretty solid. Got off to a hot start this year at 5-0. Scuffled a bit the last 5 games, though, going 2-3, looking to get themselves back on track. And tonight they'll be taking on Rittman. Tough to pick one player spotlight for Hillsdale because they have so many different options that they can go to offensively. So we are just getting set here for tip-off. Stick around. We'll have the starting lineups coming up for you on the other side of the break here, live and free on the OH Report.
Coach B.
Hey, Travis, what's up?
Oh, not much. What's that sound?
Just working on some long overdue improvements here.
Whoa.
fit for a Hall of Famer. Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Back here with our Fickes Furniture pregame show, just about set for tip-off here between Rittman and Hillsdale. Andy Jardy alongside Jonathan Langdon. And we'll take a look at our keys to the game here tonight. We'll start with Rittman here on the road. Jonathan. They come out and really set the pace.
Yeah, so a fast start for Hillsdale. Just we already talked about it, but I'll phrase it through it again. Just this team loves to force turnovers. They love to get out in transition. A couple of their guys love to get up in the air, try and see if they can dunk some down, especially if the game, if they have it under control. I just think also if you clean the glass with Brady Critchbaum, I don't think there's anything else you can really do wrong in this game. Just Rittman, it's going to be a tough out for them. Just 2-9 on the year. Hillsdale 7-3, but especially here on the road, Hillsdale, you got to like their chances tonight.
And one thing Hillsdale has done this year in terms of cleaning up the glass, they have out-rebounded every opponent so far this year. That'll be big tonight. And we are underway here in Jeromesville at Hillsdale High School. Falcons control the tip, looking for the sweep on the day. The JV won earlier 64-10. And the varsity squad looking to pick up right where they left off.
Yeah, that JV team for the Falcons gave up just 2 points in the second half.
Yeah, that was a dominating performance, and first shot attempt is no good there from Troy Bennett. Layup unable to come down. And one of the things we talked about, protecting the ball, I thought that was a turnover, but it actually was tipped out of bounds, so Rittman will maintain possession. Yeah,
so they were passing it up the floor, and the intended target was not looking at the pass before it was made. So just got to make sure you're on the same page with your teammates before you let go of the basketball.
Rittman squad coming in at 2-9, 1-5 in the Wayne County Athletic League. It's their fourth straight road game. I think they're probably sick of playing on the road. They can't wait to get back home, which they will do tomorrow. But you don't see that happen too often, that many road games at the high school level or at any level, unless you're in the professional leagues.
Yeah, exactly right. And the same vice versa as well. You don't get too many back-to-back home games, but I remember a couple of teams that we've covered already so far in the OH Report land. Upper Sandusky, both the boys and the girls teams had 6 straight home games in December.
Home for the holidays, I guess. And there's a turnover there. Rittman really struggled with their passes, that possession down there. A couple passes knocked out of bounds, and that one finally taken away. And they give it right back, the Falcons do. Rittman now trying to push the tempo on the other end. Nice dish, and it's swatted away and rejected by Troy Bennett.
Yeah. Recovery from Hillsdale with Bennett.
And this one is taken away. Turnover number 2, and now Bennett on the other end gets the first points of the game. Corner 3, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net. Luke. And a turnover here the other way. And a nice layup in transition. 5 quick points for Rittman.
Yeah, so a 5-2 lead to start here for the Indians. Solid look. If you want to beat this Hillsdale team, you also got to start knocking down some threes, and that's exactly what they did to start this game.
And we're going to get a foul here on Jackson Miller. First of the game, but a little surprised to see Rittman running and pushing the tempo a little bit more than Hillsdale thus far. It's very early, but still, good start for Rittman.
If you could beat them with their own medicine, especially early in this game, that could be demoralizing moving forward.
Pass to the outside, and 3 is no good. Critchbaum there, able to pull down the board, turns around and gets it to go.
Yeah, Critchbaum, nobody. Down after you get the board and just go straight back up with the basketball. Nobody's really going to stop you here tonight.
Yeah, Critchbaum at 6'7", the tallest one out there on the floor tonight. A couple 6'2" guys for Rittman that'll try to body him up, keep him out of the paint. That is no easy task. Averages a double-double a game. 14 points, 10 rebounds. Nice move inside, and the shot is good to go. Dak Mutters, who has maybe my favorite name in the area. That's just a fantastic name.
I can't think of any that can test him.
Critchbaum gets the quick bucket, and we're back and forth here. Rittman up 7-6.
So here's the thing with Rittman. I don't think you're going to see them drive in on Critchbaum at all in this game, but what you will see them do is maybe step just outside the paint and have a couple floaters go in. That was what they did on the last possession that helped them. This time, though, they turn it over.
Yeah, shuffled the feet there. Already the 3rd turnover here in just the first couple of minutes. They average 18 a game. Inside to Critchbaum. He muscles his way around. And now the underneath reverse layup by Hayden McFadden is good.
I know it's nowhere near the Dr. J layup, but that's immediately where my mind went.
Well, Coach Ben Ferguson says he is a high flyer, very athletic, and you saw it on display right there.
And if you're a big football fan on the OH report, you saw it there too.
I'm fairly certain he dunked when we were here the first game as well.
I think Coach Ferguson always talks about his team and how they love to dunk, and I think Hayden has at least won a game.
Yeah. Feed inside to Critchbaum. He's double teamed and a lot of contact, and we're going to get a foul call.
Just trying to keep him from driving once he catches the basketball. That time they did a good job, but not without fouling.
Luke Robinson picks up the foul. Senior guard for Rittman. Turnaround jumper out of the inbound is no good. Rittman looking to push it now. Go inside, and it's stolen away by Cale Lewis. 5 turnovers now.
Yeah, both teams a little bit sloppy with the basketball here to start.
Open 3 from the corner is good. Troy Bennett.
Court.
We saw Cale throw one a little too strong the first game of the year. I think he was still in football mode. Rittman tries to answer with their own 3 and a bit of a knuckleball, but it falls for Dak Mutters.
Hard for Hillsdale to break away when you're hitting shots like you are here in the first quarter.
Yeah, they have been able to go toe-to-toe here thus far with Hillsdale. Lewis left open underneath. Shot no good, knocked out of bounds. It'll go.
A little short.
So you see our Village Point Market replay. 3:23 to go here in this very entertaining opening quarter. And foul underneath, I believe, is going to go against Ferguson for Hillsdale.
Yeah, so it's been a solid start here for Rittman. We're going to show you.
They're going to have to start to cut down on 6th turnover already. And it leads to a 3-ball attempt, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net for Lowen Ferguson.
Yeah.
And he can get going. We saw it here in the season opener against Loudonville. He connected on 6 threes. School record is 9 in a game, by the way.
Is that by one player?
By one or 2 players, I think, might have tied. I'll have to double check, but 9 is the number. I'd be curious, though, if a freshman had ever had 6 in a game. Driving in, going up, and unable to come down with the shot was Christian Dubiel. Holland Young pulling down the board. Ferguson again for number 2. He can't get it to go. And loose ball, it will stay with the Falcons.
Indians in the crowd there, and last came off of them. Troy Bennett will get a break. I believe he's the first starter to head to the bench.
Yeah. Just under 2.5 minutes here. Another 3 from the outside is good for Lowen Ferguson.
And here's the thing. Just taking 1 shot.
Nice answer from Jackson Miller, a much-needed bucket for Rittman. Yeah, Ferguson, a 37% shooter from beyond the arc. It's pretty good, especially for a freshman.
Yeah, especially in the high school game. You kind of take those numbers down compared to some of the college guys, but yeah, 37%. Love to see that, especially from one of your younger guys, coach's son for Ben Ferguson.
And that is going to be off Rittman, so another.
Up already here, Andy. Just the fact that Rittman, even with all of the turnovers, they're still 5 points away in this game. That's because you're forcing Hillsdale into some turnovers.
Yeah, they're hanging around, and here they go. They force another turnover. And a foul on the other end. Cale Lewis got there.
your screen. Yeah, so we're going to see Carson Smith at the line. Hope he's okay. It seems like he's shaking it off.
Smith just a 52% free throw shooter this season. He gets the first one to go. He's got 3 points here in this opening quarter.
But hey, if you're Rittman right now and you're sitting at a 17-13 game with a minute 27 left against a Hillsdale team like this, you got to be liking where you're at.
Yeah, this is a big final 87 seconds here in this first quarter because you are hanging around here, but Hillsdale can score quick. They can speed you up quick.
And they're hitting threes now.
They are hitting threes now, too.
Lowe and Ferguson already with 2 triples.
Bennett has another one, so they've made they're 3 of 5, I think, from beyond the arc. 3 of 6. They're making them. It just makes them that much more dangerous when they do.
Looks like there was a request on the court to wipe down the basketball, so
yeah.
They did that over at the scorer's table, and now we'll shoot the second free throw.
A little sweaty. And second one is good, so he connects on both. Gets this back to a one-possession game. And they apply a little full-court press here. Falcons able to break it. Lewis from beyond the arc. Too strong. Tracking down the board, though, is Bennett, and now he goes up, and he's unable to get it. Critchbaum gets the board. And, of course, he just turns around and scores.
Around and up and in off the glass.
I wish there was a camera on you to show your reaction. You just kind of threw your hands up like, well, of course that's going to happen. What else can you do there?
Yeah, I feel like every broadcast needs a color reaction.
We got a clock cam. I think we need to turn one around onto us. There's another bucket for Critchbaum. He's got 8 points.
Yeah, and just like that, Hillsdale, they up their lead by 4 points, 21-14, and Rittman's got to respond.
That's what I was saying. These final, minute 20 were so big. And a nice job defensively there, not committing the foul, Knox Lewis, but doing enough to alter the shot. Lewis finds his man open beyond the arc. It's up, and it's no good from Holland Young. Smith in transition, and it's stolen away. And a travel.
Yeah, Cale Lewis right when he call it that he had position, so yeah, it took a couple steps. That's a travel.
Cale went into football mode there a little bit, threw a bit of a stiff
Yeah, it's
too.
like he got a handoff from himself and started going 10 yards down the field.
So 13 and a half seconds to go here, opening quarter. Rittman should have it here for the last shot and a chance to get this thing down to 2 possessions. Chance to get some momentum going into the second quarter. 3 from outside, and it's a wedgie. How about that?
Go get it, Brady. There you go.
You don't see that too often at the high school. Oh, we got an early horn there.
I think they gave it to Hillsdale. It's actually supposed to be Rittman on the jump ball. Arrow was pointing towards the Indians.
Yeah, you're right. It is Rittman ball, which makes a big difference now. There's a chance to get a shot off here if they are aware of how much time they've got, and it's off the glass, no good. So after one, Hillsdale leads Rittman 21-14.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Welcome back in. Second quarter just about to get underway here between Hillsdale and Rittman, where the Falcons Falcons will start with the ball, up 7. Critchbaum had 8 in that first quarter to lead Hillsdale. Dak Mutters with 5, leading the way for Rittman, and stolen away. Now jump ball here. We'll give it to Rittman, though.
Yeah, so Rittman got the arrow at the very end of the first quarter, and then with the quarter change, they got it right back. So good little sequence there for them.
Hillsdale applying some full court press. 8 turnovers by Rittman in that first quarter. That's what this Hillsdale team can do to you. They get you playing quick and out of sorts. Nice drive and score there from Carson Smith.
Even, especially with Critchbaum on the bench right now, that's really where we want to attack.
Just a nice job to get in through the contact there. And on the missed shot, Knox Lewis there for the rebound.
Critchbaum's help, but with him on the bench, you're still getting to the glass. You like to see that.
Another drive in, and count the bucket, and 1.
How about that mean mug there from DeBeal? For Rittman.
Foul on Dylan Fickes, his first. DeBeal, a 57% free throw shooter, and boy, the percentages aren't great on the year, but they're 3 for 3 tonight.
Gotta like the start from Rittman. They've brought it to within 4, so still a 2-possession game, but it's getting closer.
Well, Coach Stewart was not happy with that final sequence there at the end of the first quarter. Kind of lit a fire under his guys, and they seem to have responded here. Pushing the pace.
Yeah, I could hear him yell, "Let's go," once they caught this basketball ready for this possession. Look at this deep ball.
Hey-oh, there it is. Dak Mutters. It's a 1-point game. Hillsdale trying to answer on the other end. They will go to the line. Knox Lewis.
Contact 2 had to come in and kind of collapse in on him. But Knox Lewis, solid piece off of the bench for Hillsdale. Brings you a solid big man presence when you have to take out Critchbaum for some short breaks, because he's at the scorer's table. He'll come in here soon, but he has to take some sort of break, and Knox helps you do that.
Lewis gets the free throw.
Some extra energy over from the student section after making that one.
That seemed like a big deal, and I guess I need to know why. Lewis coming into tonight, averaging just 3 points a game, 4 rebounds per game. But he had 6 points and 8 rebounds in that season opening win versus Loudonville. Misses that one. Carson Smith able to track down the board, and now looking up on the other end. And a bit too much by Odin Warwick on that layup. Couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, tough. Just rainbowed that one too high off the glass.
And I think we got a shove underneath here on the...
Yep. So that's going to be team second. That's his second of the game, Robinson.
Yeah, both him and Miller with 2 fouls for Rittman, both starting in this game. Corner 3 just doesn't fall, and Rittman a chance to tie or take the lead. Carson Smith might have gotten away with the carry, and it leads to an open 3 from Dak Mutters, his 3rd triple of the night. They've got the lead.
Of the second quarter, and yeah, Rittman's got another lead.
Critchbaum, the little floater, restores some order for Hillsdale. They're back on top by 1. Back and forth we go.
Critchbaum said, "Not for long."
Yeah. Critchbaum now up to 10 points. Matters turning around and coming up a bit short on that one. Difficult shot.
Yeah, taking some threes. Now you're getting into the congested area just outside the paint. Always going to be tough to make those fading shots.
And it is knocked out of bounds. Didn't see the official make a
Okay, so
now
it
they're
is
switching
Rittman's
it.
ball. Again, my point still remains you can make the call at home. Broadcasters don't make great officials.
And here we go. They are picking apart the press, but also turning it over, and a little too aggressive now. Carson Smith.
The ground after the turnover just to try and help his team out, but cut off the Hillsdale player, and that's going to be a foul 8 days a week.
Holland Young checking back in for the Falcons, and Braden Loke in for Rittman. 26-25 Hillsdale leads, just under 5 to go here until halftime.
We got a little bit of a 2-3 zone here from Rittman.
Good ball movement and a feed inside. Critchbaum spinning, goes between two defenders and draws the foul. He'll go to
are kind of like not staying down like they probably should be, especially with Dak Mudders. We saw a pass to the left wing where he tried to go out and get the steal and left his teammates down low, a little bit lonely. Cannot do that, can't get too antsy in a 2-3.
Critchbaum makes his first. Now up to 11 points on the night. First trip to the line for him. And the second one goes as well.
Still a one-possession lead, but you like to be up by a 3.
3 can't beat you now. Chance to tie it, though, and way too much on that one from Christian Dubiel. A little too excited, I think, about that one. And again, not getting back on defense. Oh, an offensive foul, though. Will they count the bucket, though? I don't.
Yeah, Holland Young flew up. It's good recovery, though, by Rittman. Got to give him credit where credit's due. Again, making an impact.
And a pass here goes off the hands.
Critchbaum did just enough. He did get a hand on that pass, and that threw off Dubiel and ended up going to the Hillsdale cheerleaders.
What have you liked that you've seen out of Rittman here so far?
I just like the fact that they're playing with heart, especially here today against a team where you could very well lay down. You can't do that in the WCAL, and that's what Rittman's done really well. Also shooting the 3 ball. I wasn't expecting that to be something that we saw a lot of from the Indians, but they've done that as well.
Critchbaum starting to take over as he gets the bucket and one. Puts the Falcons back up by 5.
Just under halfway done with the second quarter. So Critchbaum, as we assumed, would be the one leading the scoring here tonight in such a against such a short Rittman team.
Holland Young gets the rebound and then converts the bucket underneath, and it's back up to a 7-point lead. Timeout Rittman as they try to regroup. They were down just 1, and now it's back up to a 7-point game. So they've been hanging around, but it feels like it's just always on the verge of getting out of hand. Good timeout.
Get down low early, get down low often, and the score continues to go up because of that. Now a 7-point game.
Yeah, we saw his dominance at the beginning of the season in their opening win against Loudonville when he had 20 points, 10 rebounds. That really set the tone for him the rest of the year. He averages a double-double a game with 14 points, 10 rebounds. So he's right at his season average. He's got 14 tonight. I think he's going to score a couple more tonight before it's all said and done.
Just a few, yep.
So we'll see what Coach Stewart has drawn up here for Rittman out of the timeout. Hillsdale looks like they're going to keep up their full court press. We've seen Rittman have some success getting through it, but just not converting.
Yeah, good job by Lowen Ferguson right there. They almost got through that pressure, but he acted like a wall, even at just his short stature.
Smith pulls up and gets the shot to fall. High arcing shot.
Yeah,
He's
the next step
8.
for Rittman is press break. Got to get out faster. Just like we said with Hillsdale, run the floor. If you can get out past this press and really tire out the Hillsdale defense, that'll help you.
And ball knocked away. It's going to stay with.
I'd be happy with that one. I thought it went off the back leg of Brady Critchbaum.
3 from the outside is good from Cale Lewis.
Catch and shoot Cale. Love to see it from the sophomore.
Pushes it back up to an 8-point lead. I think the scoreboard has been having some issues here the last couple possessions. 35-27, I believe, is the score.
Yep.
And short on the other end. Lewis gets the board. Falcons looking to run here. Lewis finds Ferguson for 3, and it's good.
And another timeout by Rittman. And they needed this one because that's 2 threes in a row and back-to-back possession. All 3 of them that he's hit have all been wide open.
Yeah, he has just got such a great shot from beyond the arc. Cannot leave him open. And especially when you find him in transition like that, he's just so ready to shoot every time.
Yeah.
That's what's really impressive.
And if you're Rittman in this timeout, the message has to be you've played too well here for the last quarter and a half to let up now. And, of course, you could say that, and it's hard to guard the 3-ball sometimes because if it's going in, it's just going in. We saw that yesterday. If you're a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, we saw that with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Sorry to bring it up again, but it's worth noting just the era that we're in now in high school hoops and basketball in general is if a team is shooting the 3-ball well and you're getting out, you're contesting pretty good, they're still going to knock some shots down, and that's just where we are right now.
Well, that's what Brian and I saw, too, this week when we did the Shelby-Willard girls basketball game. Shelby jumps out to an 11-0 lead and kind of controlled the game all the way through, but late Willard started to hit threes, and it completely shifted the momentum of the game. Shelby ended up pulling out the win, but it got close because of Willard's ability to hit threes, and you're seeing that with Hillsdale tonight, pulling away in this one because of their ability to knock down shots from the perimeter.
Yeah, and it was a conversation that I've had with some people that I'm close with that love basketball.
There's a much-needed shot from beyond the arc from Carson Smith. What a game he's having.
Yeah, and again, shooting the 3-ball and hitting it.
Smith now up to 11. Gets it back to single digits, 38-30. And another timeout as they jump onto that ball, Christian Dubiel.
Yeah, so you're not going to want to waste too many timeouts here. That's already 3 here in the second quarter.
Yeah.
But to get back to what I was talking about, I was having conversations with people that love basketball and like college and pretty much all levels, and we just think that it's weird now because you'll watch some playoff games. You'll watch any high-level basketball, and there will be games where it ends up being a 30, 40-point win just because you're shooting the lights out of the basketball. And just with the three-pointer being used more than ever, just slowly as the years go on, that's going to continue to happen.
Yeah, players like Steph Curry, Caitlin Clark, just completely, nowadays you just see kids when they're out shooting on the court, they're all just chucking up shots from beyond the arc.
Yeah, kids like Eve Schwemley and Justice Thompson.
Yeah.
Some of the other shooters that I know are Deadeye, Lowen Ferguson here today.
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite player in the area, Dak Mutters.
Yes. It's just a great name. Nice pump fake underneath. Dubiel gets it to go.
That was a big point right there. You want to score after all your timeouts. That time they do, and it's a nice up fake to get Brady in the air.
Boy, anytime it looks like this is teetering on blowout territory, Rittman's been able to string together a few stops and buckets, and it's back to a 2-possession game. I think they just got away with the travel there. Lewis, too strong. Dubiel back out. Matters for 3. Couldn't quite get that one to go.
Yeah, we talked him up. That was our fault. Sorry about that, Rittman fans.
Boy, Mutters was calling for it. Had a good look. Just it was almost too open. Sometimes you see that happen. Critchbaum off the glass. No, but there for the putback again, this Holland Young. That's the second time.
Happened right there with the Indians.
And this one knocked away, but Rittman able to hang on to it. Carson Smith in front of the students. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Carson Smith, have yourself a game.
Here, folks.
Smith's got to be careful here not to pick up a foul. And they are going to call it on the floor.
They'll try to draw a charge, and in the process of doing that, I thought Critchbaum traveled just because he was thrown off by the fact that Dubiel all of a sudden wasn't there.
I think they were both expecting a whistle to be blown sooner than it was. That is the second foul, though, on Dubiel.
That's 5 fouls on, that's 5 fouls on Rittman, so they should be shooting 1 and 1.
I still don't like that rule change.
You don't?
Not a fan. Not a fan of the 5 fouls and it's automatically 2 free throws.
Definitely slows down some games.
It slows down some games and it doesn't reward the defense. Like that to me is we've lost the 1 and 1, so you lose that drama in a late game close situation of, oh hey, gotta make the front end of a 1 and 1.
Oh yeah, excuse me, I did say 1 and 1, and it's 2 shots every time you get to 5.
I thought you said 2 shots. Either way, I was just saying it. I don't like it. Critchbaum misses here. But because of the rule change, he's going to get another one.
I will say there are a ton of rules that have been added lately that have helped the offense, and the defense gets no love.
Yep. Empty trip, though. Critchbaum missing both. He's missed his last 3 free throws, and another chance for Rittman to get this down to 1 possession, but Critchbaum has other thoughts. He rejects it. Ferguson brings it up the other way, pulls up. Too strong. Critchbaum rebound, hacked, rolls in and out.
I don't think I saved it.
And they just ejected him. Christian Dubiel has been ejected from this ball game. Wow, I have never seen that. He picked up 2 techs, I believe, in a matter of seconds. He was talking with the official, and the official threw him out.
Yeah, so we didn't get what Dubiel said or did on our cameras, but something happened, and he's going to have to come out, and that will be his night.
Wow. And Critchbaum hitting them both. And he can't sit on the bench, I am pretty sure. I think you have to go back to the locker room now.
We'll find out. This has never happened in in any of my games this year.
It's always something when you and I get together. But you talk about a momentum shift. Holy smokes. But Critchbaum, their leading scorer, leading rebounder, picks up 2 technicals, gets himself tossed from the game. And Coach Stewart is not happy with him.
So we've got free throws 5 and 6 coming up for Hillsdale. Lowen surprisingly missed his first 2, finally gets the 3rd.
Boy, this is...
So to kind of give you a recap of what just happened, 6 free throws from Hillsdale resulted because Critchbaum was fouled down low. He shot his 2 shooting foul free throws. Made both, I believe. Yeah, he made both of those. And then Lowen came up to shoot 2 pairs of technical free throws because Dubiel, player for Rittman, number 2, is now out of the game after getting a double technical foul. So that was 6 free throws there, and Hillsdale gets the basketball back.
And they're back up by 9 after it was just down to a single possession game. And Carson Smith forcing a steal. What a ball game he has had himself.
Yeah, exactly right. He's shooting the 3-ball well, defending even better, I would say. But now with 15 seconds left, you can get the last shot.
Big final possession here. Get this thing down, get some momentum, and the shot no good, but there for the putback, but Critchbaum, another rejection at the themselves with a 9-point lead, 44-35. We'll break it down for you coming up here on the other side of the break.
Coach B.
Hey, Travis, what's up?
Oh, not much. What's that sound?
Just working on some long overdue improvements here.
Whoa.
Fit for a Hall of Famer. Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH.REPORT.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Time now for our Fickes Furniture halftime show, where the Falcons lead 44-35 at the break. Andy Jardy alongside Jonathan Langdon. Thanks so much for joining us here on this Friday night. And Jonathan, I thought it wasn't supposed to rain until tomorrow, but I believe it has started to rain. Step up, and we'll see, because that led to 6 free throws for Hillsdale, and they made 4 of those 6 and pushed this lead back out after it had gotten close again.
Yeah, 7-13 from the line for Hillsdale. They out-rebounded Rittman, mostly on the offensive glass as well. Just Critchbaum able to get in there, get some extra opportunities. Same thing with Holland Young. I remember him getting in for some rebounds, maybe McFadden too, but those 3 high flyers, tall players, and also with Dubio is he's your tallest player on the team, and he's also gone. So you got to start improvising here if you're Rittman, just trying to figure out what you're going to do to stay in this game, because this is, I believe, the largest deficit you've had tonight at 9 points, 44-35. I
think it got up to 11 at one point. It was a double-digit lead at one point for Hillsdale, but it's been just kind of teetering back and forth from blowout city to suddenly it's a close game again. So we'll see what adjustments were made at halftime for Rittman to see if they can find a way to come away with a win. They played a pretty good first half. I think we were a little surprised coming into this one. You look at the matchup on paper, and we thought this might be we saw it in the JV game. I mean, it wasn't even a game, 64-10, and you're like, is that what we're going to see at the varsity level too? But it is, give Rittman a lot of credit. I mean, they're 2-9 this year. It's been a tough go for them as a program the last couple years, where they've only won a handful of games over the last 3.5 seasons, just 15 wins. So, but they've come in here and they haven't been intimidated. They came out and were running with Hillsdale. Yeah, and that definitely comes with playing in the WCAL. A lot of these teams are going to be a lot better than their record suggests at the end of the year. Rittman being one of them. You're seeing it here tonight. Northwestern, another team towards the bottom of the WCAL. They're better than their record suggests too. But Hillsdale, I think they underestimated Rittman a little bit coming into this game. And now they've been woken up. Coach Ben Ferguson, I'm sure, said something in the locker rooms to fire this team up to potentially try and win this one by over 10 points. Of course, being up just 9 here at the half. But we'll see if Rittman can respond and keep raining in some threes. Yeah, Rittman on the year averages just 39.3 points per game, so they are already almost at their season average. Well, let's take this time right now to thank our generous sponsors that allow us to bring you high school sports live and free from the comforts of your home or wherever you're watching us. Simonson Construction Services, from concept to completion, we can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Fickes Furniture, a fourth-generation company celebrating over 100 years in the furniture business, selling Bassett, Flex Steel, Smith Bros of Bern, Mohawk flooring, and Dutch Craft bedding with free delivery and removal of old furniture. Fickes Furniture, quality furniture at an affordable price. Radar's Dairy Bar, family-owned and delicious treats. See you April 1st. You were mentioning that is quite a delicious place, Jonathan.
It is, yes.
Village Point Market, currently celebrating our 12 days of deals. Go to our Facebook page to see what today's deal is. Home and Kitchen Supply, your one-stop shop for kitchen and baths, windows, and doors since 1970. So thank you to all of our generous sponsors here tonight and every night here on the OH Report. We could not do this without you.
Yeah, we love our Hillsdale Falcon faithful. Excited to be back out here for a couple of more games, and I know with this team, 7-3 on the year right now, we're going to see some postseason action from these guys, and especially here at home, and that will be very exciting to catch as we get closer and closer to March.
I know, it's crazy.
February, I guess, because that's when the playoffs actually start in high school.
Yes.
But everyone talks about March Madness. It's not just for college. High school, you get it too.
What's really exciting, too, my birthday is February 13th, and that is the same day that the Guardians pitchers and catchers report. So best birthday gift ever. And this one knocked away. And it is going to be Rittman ball. Smith, a little too much on the pass. And it's off the hand. The pass.
Yeah, I don't think
Smith.
Hillsdale got a hand in there at all. So Rittman, they force a turnover, but they commit one right after.
And another turnover here. And now looking up, the pass on the other end, a little too much on it. Miller tried to save it, couldn't do it.
On Smith.
And that is his first team foul.
I think it's bound to happen. You're going to have some rust here coming out of the locker rooms because it was a very good offensive first half, in my opinion.
We've had 5 possessions and 5 turnovers, and there is our first points of the second half.
Offensive the entire way. There's always some sort of point where both teams kind of get locked up, and we're seeing that here.
Yeah, these first couple minutes here of the third quarter are going to be real crucial to Rittman's chances of winning this ball game. As the 3 from the outside, no good from Wyrick. Critchbaum pulls down the board. Ferguson weaving his way through traffic, finds his man open on the perimeter. Shot too strong for Bennett, no good. Ferguson, though, gets the board, misses. Lewis pulls down the board.
And here's those offensive rebounds getting to you again, Rittman.
They've out-rebounded every opponent this season. You can see why.
That foul went on Smith. That's his 4th of the game. So he's been one of your leading scorers with 14 points, but here he is in the danger zone.
Oh, yeah, that was his 4th foul. They had it incorrectly labeled up there on the scoreboard. 3 from the outside. Rattles in and out.
Yeah, so if you're Rittman, your top 2 scorers, in fact, with Dubio going out with those double technicals, they're both going to be out of this game for an extended period of time. You need to find offense somewhere else.
Bennett with the rejection. Lewis got too far under the rim. I think he was trying to go with the alley-oop to the high-flying McFadden. Left open for 3. Wyrick shot doesn't fall.
He didn't have any confidence looking into that shot. He was trying to pass it to the corner, but he was told to shoot. Didn't really square it away. He's got to be ready to trigger at any moment.
Wyrick also playing on the JV squad. He's been in just 5 games this season at the varsity level. We got a foul here on.
Most of them are on Critchbaum. You're really trying to defend him in the post. Can't let him get past you. You have to be overly aggressive. I would say now it's 2, maybe even all 3 of the fouls here in the quarter have come on Critchbaum down low.
Yeah, you can see what Hillsdale's trying to do. And here's a 3 from Troy Bennett, his 2nd one of the night. Did call it a 2, yeah. Much needed bucket there from Luke Robinson. So 48-37. and make it 51-37. Lowen Ferguson, his 4th three.
Whoever's holding that record for most threes in a game, probably not going to come tonight, but Lowen Ferguson is coming for that record.
He's got 4 years to do it, and I think he's going to get it probably. If he doesn't get it this year, it might come next year.
Turnover force. No, they call it. Oh, no, they do call it on Robinson. So Rittman with the foul. We're going the other way. That's already the 4th team foul.
Yeah, the next one will put Hillsdale at the line for the rest of the quarter. And that is now the 3rd foul on Robinson. Largest lead of the night for Hillsdale. Is it about to get even larger? No, this one doesn't fall for Ferguson. He is human after all. Bennett fakes the shot, drives in, off the glass, count it. He'll try and make 3 the old-fashioned way.
Necessarily been Bennett, but the way that Ferguson shot the basketball has forced fear into Rittman with pretty much anybody that's squaring away beyond the arc. So Bennett uses the up fake, gets his defender in the air, and what he really loves to do is drive baseline, and we saw it right there. He did it successfully, and he's at the line to shoot for a potential 3-point play. Cale Lewis is going to go to the bench, and it looks like McFadden is also off.
Bennett trying to get into double figures tonight.
Still getting some confusion from Rittman's end, some frustrated fans. I don't know if it was the coach.
Well, I think they were upset on who the foul was called on. Do you have the replay queued up?
No.
I'm not quite sure what Coach Stewart's upset about.
Yeah, so just talking with the officials, we're going to have free throws, and that's already the 5th team foul. So they're going to the free throw line from this point on until the end of the 3rd quarter. And again, we talked about the rule change. No 1-and-1s. It's going to be all trips. All trips to the line are going to have 2 shots, and that's got to be frustrating for Rittman, especially with just 4:49. Well, still 4:49 left in this quarter. That's a long time to have to worry about fouls.
Bennett makes the free throw. I've got him at 10 points. They've got him at 5. I don't know what's happening.
That's why you keep the book.
Well, maybe I'm keeping it wrong and gave him points that he didn't score. We'll go with my unofficial numbers. Deep 2, unable to come down.
Nice rebound by Knox Lewis.
Sure was. Ferguson over to Bennett. Bennett for 3. His shot off the front of the rim, and Matthew Schimpf pulls down the board. He saw him get some minutes at the JV level. Or that actually might be. I have 2 33s in
Brady,
my roster. That's Brady
Simpris.
Yeah.
Good closeout by Bennett, tapping that one out of bounds. So, yeah, starting to see some JV guys get some experience here today. And it's going to be really tough, especially for Simpris, who is tasked with guarding Brady Critchbaum right now.
So where does Rittman go for offense with 2 of their top scorers not in the game? Dubiel was ejected with the double techs, and Carson Smith's got 4 fouls. They've got just 2 points here in this 3rd quarter.
And you hope it's not anything like that we saw from the JV game earlier, where they only scored 2 points in the entire half. But that's the direction we're going towards right now, as we have another foul. And
here we go.
Again, this is now the 6th team foul in the quarter, so Brady's shooting. It's been a good day for Brady.
Sure has.
I wonder if he has games like this circled in his schedule because he knows nobody can guard him down low. Because this is where he starts to juice those numbers up.
Absolutely. Not only that, too, but you know, they have dropped. They're 2-3 in their last 5. This is a game that, on paper, they feel like they should win, looking at the schedule. But Odin Wyrick has other thoughts as he buries his first 3 of the night.
Yeah, that was much needed for Rittman. You needed to find someone else to start scoring outside of the struggling Smith right now, not offensively, but in the foul column. He's got 4, and he's going to have to sit for a while. And then also the guy who got ejected earlier, Christian DeBeal.
Critchbaum pulls down another board, gets defenders flying all around him, and he's able to
force down low.
He's now up to 20 points.
Here's a guy that you really need to start seeing some baskets fall through for.
Yeah. That shot from outside, no good. Lewis pulls down the board, and Ferguson comes flying in, and he'll now look to reset here. Bennett left open again, and this time he gets it.
Takes the lead up to 21 quickly here in this third quarter. Things starting to get out of hand, and I don't know about this defense Rittman's running right now. Running a 2-3 or kind of a high 2-3, and that's leaving the corners wide open. Bennett knocks that one down.
Institutions in. So you start to see some of the depth of the benches here tonight, as this one looks to be getting out of hand with Hillsdale leading by 21. Carson Smith drives. That's going to be the first foul on Hillsdale.
They're going to have to put out Carson Smith, the guy with 4 fouls that we talked about earlier. He has to be in this game for some offense to get them back into this ballgame. If he fouls out, I think that's the book right there. You can book it after that.
Smith misses the first. He was 2 for 2 at the line. Averages just under 7 points a game at 6.7. He's well over that average tonight. 3.6 boards. Shoots 39% from the field. 5'11" sophomore guard, and he misses the second one.
Another empty trip at the line.
Driving in and getting around the defenders is Holland Young. And that Rittman just looks gassed.
Yep.
They just look tired.
I was just about to say that too. The defense right now that they're running, it looked like a 2-3 initially in my eyes, but it seems like just the high guards are playing tight on whoever brings the basketball up the floor. And then from there, they kind of have to recover after they do that.
I mean, this is a coast-to-coast layup, but it doesn't fall. And Smith unable to corral the loose ball. Ace is just so tough to condition for.
Yeah, and then with all those guys you're losing, with Dubiel being out, you're forced to play some of these JV guys that, mind you, already played a game today. They're in, and they have to kind of find some extra energy to help this team stay in the game.
Turnover here. Rittman trying to get something going offensively. Driving in, and offensive foul.
Another foul, and he is done. So that's another scorer that you lose on this team. So he's going to have to go to the bench for the rest of the game. So really, in my eyes, the only 2 scorers that you have on the floor left are Christian Smith and then also Dak Mutters.
Yeah, Mutters averages 6.7 points per game. Jackson Miller 6.6. And we've got something on the floor.
Yeah, so they have to take care of that. So Rittman, things are going downhill quick here in this third quarter, 63-40.
Yeah, this was at one point a 1-point game late into the second quarter. Then it was about a 11-point lead, got back down to 6-5, somewhere in that area. And
yeah,
then
I know it got Rittman took the lead again at one point.
Yep.
But
And
they didn't have it for long.
they did not. And then Dubiel got the double tech.
Gave Hillsdale 6 free throws in a row.
They made 4 of those. Suddenly it was up to 9. They led at the half, and they haven't looked back here.
Yeah, still seeing high pressure from Rittman, even though they are in foul trouble. So you got to like the effort that they're bringing on the defensive end, just trying to get out and close out on some of these shooters.
Boy, what a job keeping that one alive. Hayden McFadden, and he wants him to throw it up. He wanted a chance to go up. He is going to get the putback, though.
Yeah, guide over. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Jackson Miller who was boxing him out.
25-point lead for the Falcons. There's a nice pump fake and an and one underneath. Jackson.
End of the floor, they run some nice chin action and get him wide open underneath the basket. Also a good job by him just to up fake. They've done it a couple of times on Critchbaum, but not just on him. Just they know every player on this Hillsdale team can bring an inside presence, so just got to make sure you sell that up fake.
Miller converts the three-point play, and Hillsdale is going to turn it over. 15 seconds to go. Smith drives in, layup, too strong. Fickes pulls down the board. 5 seconds to go. Will the Falcons get a shot off? The desperation three off the glass is no good, and that is going to do it through 3 quarters. Hillsdale pulling away here. They lead 65-43. We'll have the final quarter for you on the other side of the break here on the OH Report. Final 8 minutes coming here for you from Hillsdale, where Falcons lead 65-43. Andy Jardy alongside Jonathan Langdon. Kane doing an excellent job on camera for us tonight. Thank you to all of our viewers tuned into this one. Hope you had your sunscreen on today, by the way. What was that thing in the sky that
I know.
burning my skin and melting
We've
everything?
never seen that in 2 weeks. No, we've had it a lot, but it's been shivering.
Oh, it's about to get a whole lot worse next week.
Oh, for sure.
We'll see. I was talking with the AD here at Hillsdale, Jody, about the potential of any cancellation on Tuesday, and it sounds like Wayne County Athletic League is going to play Tuesday night, even if we see some schools closed because of the absolute Arctic cold temperatures we're going to be getting.
Hey, I think that's the right call.
Absolutely. If the roads are clear.
Roads are clear. Temperature, everyone's just got to bundle up. That's my personal take on it.
I get closing in the negative temperatures that we're going to be getting for kids that, have to go out and wait for the school bus and stuff like that. And I totally get the closing of that, but man.
There was a time that we talked about this before the broadcast. There was a time, I'm talking like I'm an old person here. I'm really not, but there was a time where like if school closed, you couldn't have any athletic events that same night. That ship has sailed.
It has, thankfully. Critchbaum at the line, gets his free throw to go.
So after this win for Hillsdale, at home they're going to go to 4-2 here in this gym.
Critchbaum makes both of them, 67-43. As these Falcons continue to improve as the season 25-10 last year. The Hillsdale graduate himself graduated in 1995. Well known in the community here, coached at the youth levels in Hillsdale for years.
Yep.
His kids go here, Lowen's on the team.
If you're going to have a good WCAL team, it needs to start with the head coach. And Coach Ferguson, I think he's the best guy you possibly could have found when you were looking for a coach 2 seasons ago. You're going to really like what he brings to the table, building up this program. Talked about the youth leagues, just how well he knows the basketball program, not just for Hillsdale, but in Ashland County.
Not only do you need that, but you also need the engagement at the lower levels too, at those youth levels. Critchbaum again. Lower levels, that's when you start to build something, because then you just keep those kids grow up with it. They know each other, they're friends. And you started at an early age, and it pays off in the long run.
And sticking with the theme of Ashland County, that's something that Loudonville is also starting to discover, a team that's pretty close to this area, because they've got a new head coach in Tim Bradford, who we saw when Loudonville took on Hillsdale earlier this season. He knows it's going to take some time. There's going to be a process, but I think right now, especially with Loudonville and with Hillsdale, a lot of these guys know basketball, but they don't know basketball. And that's where the tide is going to turn here for basketball in Ashland County.
There is competitive basketball all over in this area. It really is impressive. Yeah, I think we're going to get a foul called here.
Travel.
Oh, a travel. Whoa.
And that's where the travel gets called.
Can I be old man yells at cloud for a moment? I hate if you roll on the ground, it's a travel. If you're like on the ground for a loose ball and like everyone's fighting for it, you should be allowed to like move. You can't obviously roll all the way down the court, but like
there has to be a line.
I feel like there should be.
I
feel like there should be a scenario where if you're diving for a loose ball or you come falling down grabbing a rebound, it shouldn't be a travel.
Yeah, to each their own. I just think that the line, there has to be a line drawn somewhere. And
for sure.
Maybe it's if you roll twice in your eyes.
2 rolls.
I don't know.
I mean, we have rules for
3 steps, 2 rolls.
We have rules for steps, but they don't seem to call it.
I think in high school they do a much better job at it.
Boy, a lazy pass here is going to lead to a layup on the other end for Mr. Bennett. Having himself quite the game.
And I think Hillsdale's finding themselves now in this territory where we have seen some big wins out of the Falcons this season, but the opponents have struggled in those games. And once you get to WCAL play, you're going to have to start scheduling some teams that are going to test you before you have to face the Norwaynes, the Smithvilles. And I know when you're scheduling, you don't know how good or bad a team's going to be.
Right.
So, but Hillsdale, there's just a difference between playing these games where you're up 71-43 to taking on some of the best teams, not only in the conference, but in their divisions, and where most of the teams in the WCAL are much bigger than you.
Yeah. We got a hockey line change from the Falcons as well, too. 5 kids subbing in.
For those of you wondering, where are we at? We're about 7-8 points away from a running clock. We'll have a timeout.
A timeout taken by Coach Matthew Stewart as they try to get this program back on track. It's been a rough couple of years for them. Last year going 8-14, 3-11, last in the WCAL. Last winning season, you have to go back to the 2018-19 year when they went 12-10. And Hillsdale well on their way to making it 6 straight wins here in this matchup. Rittman's last win against Hillsdale on February 8th of 2022, a game they won 65-62. But this was just a they played so great for a quarter and a half, and then the double tech ejection, I just kind of sucked the air out of the room for them.
Yeah, and that's something that it's going to be learned after this game. Is sometimes, yeah, you can make an argument that a call is not correct, but you can see the side effects if you try to make that argument to the official in their faces, because you take away Christian Dubiel, who was playing so good until that happened. He was one of the better players out on the floor, not only offensively but defensively, and then he's also been one of your better players this season. But just it's better to have you out there than to have a mistake like that and have it trickle down to the rest of the team.
Second three of the night for Odin Wyrick. Well, now you start to learn a little bit more about some of the guys you've got here. See what they can do at the varsity level. Driving around, an easy 2 for Holland Young.
That'll make it 73-46. So Hillsdale finding their way inside with ease at this point of the game.
And a turnover here on the other end. Young rolls in and out, but there for the putback, but unable to get it to fall. Loose ball, and it is going to go over to Rittman.
Yeah, so I believe it's A.J. Brown.
Yep, A.J. Brown, who is
I don't know why he's here. He's got a game to get ready for this weekend.
A.J. Brown he's a good player too. Watching him play at the JV level, he's very active. Reminds you a little bit of Ferguson with the way that he can hit it from beyond the arc. Trying for triple number 3, and he's got it. This kid might be working his way into some more minutes here at the varsity level.
Yeah, stepping up big time when you need him, but this game's definitely over with here tonight. But you got to like seeing some threes continue to fall, and he also gets a defensive rebound right here.
Yeah. It's a chance to show yourself here. And there's a rejection underneath. Odin gets it back, though. And the shot altered, and it will come away with the Falcons. Brown for 3, no good.
Nice leak out. 1 versus 0. Brown trying to get back. He does. Good job by him.
I'm telling you, he's quick. And this is going to be a foul against Fickes.
So moving forward ahead of this game, Hillsdale's got some big games coming up. You've got Dalton next week.
It's a series with them, right?
Yes.
Don't they play them like back to back? Yeah.
So you got Dalton twice, and then you've also got Norway. And so all 3 of those games are huge for WCAL standings.
I could be wrong, but I'm sure they were probably supposed to play Dalton earlier on in the year and probably had to reschedule.
Yeah, that's probably because of that football run.
That's why we've got the back-to-back games there. Sempiris underneath, a little too strong. Gets his own miss, though. Odin, can he find number 4? This one, a little short.
And that's because the basketball purists, the WCAL schedule makers, do not want back-to-backs to happen. Just ended up happening that way this year. Except I think it's interesting when you play a back-to-back because you go from that first game to the second. What have you learned?
I like it as a baseball fan. You know what I mean? Oh, here's a 3 from the outside. Matthew Schimpf. Or no, they said Brady Sempiris.
So our numbers must be wrong here on this.
The roster we have has Sempiris and Schimpf's numbers flip-flopped.
Say those names 3 times fast.
It would be bad if I did.
But, yeah, just going back to that Dalton conversation, I just think it's unique. You said unique from a baseball standpoint, of course, because you're playing these guys back-to-back days, let alone back-to-back games. But especially like Hillsdale and Dalton, 2 schools that in all sports have been very competitive against each other. Won't be any different this weekend.
No.
This first edition is coming up tomorrow. Then they'll play Tuesday.
Yeah, I will be back here on Tuesday. Looking forward to it. It's always a nice drive for me to get here. It's not too bad.
They're taking highways for the most part.
Yeah, we're coming down 71, getting off in Ashland, and then hopping on over here. A lot better than the drive I'll have to Upper Sandusky next Friday, that's for sure. Here's another bucket for Holland Young. And it's amazing to think how close this game once was.
Yeah, second quarter. We don't have to say it again, but I guess I should in case you're just joining us. The second quarter, I wouldn't say that's when it got away. That's when the game shifted in a different matter because the best player for Rittman, at least in our eyes, statistically, he was our player spotlight today. Christian Dubiel, he picked up a double tech and ended up getting ejected from that game. And since then, offense has not been the same.
Oh, my goodness. Gage Parker, welcome into
Hillsdale fans, get ready to vote for that one next Wednesday night.
Where did that come from? Wow, that was impressive.
Shout out to Gage Barker, making my life easier tonight to pick a top play. Told you, this team has some high flyers. I thought it was going to be McFadden tonight, but no, Barker gets it.
Just over a minute to go here as Hillsdale will make it 6 straight against Rittman. They'll move back to 500 in WCAL play, and after a couple of those tough losses, Coach Ferguson read some quotes of his after that game saying that they don't think second place is a stretch. They hate to be sitting here in January. But, hey, finish the season strong and make some noise in the postseason.
Yeah,
that's really what the ultimate goal is.
Hillsdale did a fantastic job this year in football, kind of just shrugging off the fact they didn't win the WCAL and just going straight into the playoffs and going to a state championship game. Not going to say that this basketball team is going to do the same thing. I mean, they could.
Sure.
But Hillsdale, with 3 losses through the first rotation, it's time to just start improving and developing your players, getting ready for future years to try and win the WCAL, and also getting ready for the postseason.
Hey, and look at what's happening on the college football stage on Monday, too. We got an Ohio State team playing for a national title that didn't win anything in the regular season. So just make the postseason and make your noise there. You got any feel for that game?
I feel like a lot of people watching at home will probably share my take, but I feel like it's a outrageous take to anyone that's not an Ohio State fan.
Yeah.
I just feel like Penn State and Notre Dame, that college football semifinal, neither of them impressed me nearly enough.
Yeah.
I think, I'm not going to say come close to Ohio State. I still think it's going to be a close game, but I just think the level of play between the first semifinal and the second one was significant.
I'm surely going to eat my words here probably about this, but I feel better about playing Notre Dame than seeing Penn State for a second time. I'll put it at that.
It's never easy to beat a team the second time.
Ask Oregon. That is going to do it. Hillsdale moves to 8-3. They get back to 500 in WCAL play with a 79-52 win. Stick around. We'll have our MVP interview for you and our final thoughts and stats coming up next.
Hey, Travis, what's up? Oh, not much. What's that sound?
Just working on some long overdue improvements here.
Whoa.
Fit for a Hall of Famer. Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Time now for our Radar's Dairy Bar MVP interview, and it's Mr. Brady Critchbaum from the Hillsdale Falcons. 24 points on the night. Congrats on the win, Brady.
Thank you.
Another impressive game for you. What has just been your inspiration coming into this season?
So last year was a good year for me. Obviously, it's one of senior year. You got to build off of that and come in stronger and do better as a team. And these guys have done really good at getting me the ball, and it's kind of went from there.
This was an interesting game early on. It kind of went back and forth, and anytime it looked like you guys were about to pull away, Rittman would sort of claw their way back into it. What do you think was the biggest difference for you guys to pull away in this one?
Going into halftime, we kind of knew that they shouldn't be with us at that time, and that we were keeping it too close. They were hanging with us. So we wanted to lock them up on defense because they were hitting some threes, and then they had a couple wide open layups that we led up to, and rebounding was another big one. But after we cleaned those things up, we pulled away.
We were talking about this on the broadcast too. At some point during the third quarter, Rittman looked gassed. And do you guys feel like you control the tempo and you see yourselves wearing out other teams?
Yeah, especially with we have some pretty good kids on the bench, and when they come in, it's not very hard for us to keep moving. And tempo is a big thing that we pride ourselves on. We want to play fast. We want to play smart.
Well, one of those kids that came in off the bench, Gage Barker, had arguably the highlight of the night with that impressive dunk. Were you surprised by the dunk?
Yeah.
Did you know he's got that in him, or where did that come from?
I've played varsity for 3 years. I don't have a single dunk, let alone a dunk in traffic like that. So
yeah, that was impressive, and certainly I was shocked to see that happen. So you guys are back to 500 in WCAL play. What's your goals looking for the rest of this season?
We got to finish out strong. We got Dowling back-to-back Saturday and then Tuesday. We got to take care of business there, and then we're back up in the runnings for the league.
Are you looking forward to that back-to-back? That's something you don't see at the high school level very often, if ever.
Especially with a good team like Dowling, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. Well, Brady, thank you so much for your time tonight. Congrats on the win. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Time now for our Fickes Furniture post-game show, where Hillsdale gets the win tonight, 79-52 over Rittman. Andy Jardy alongside Jonathan Langdon, and just got done talking to Brady Critchbaum, who was our Radar's Dairy Bar MVP, and what a game he had as he continues to it's so effortless for him out there. It's really incredible.
Yeah, and this was a great game for him to have a great game just because the lack of size on Rittman's end. Critchbaum could take advantage, get some offensive boards. We saw some impressive rebounds from him. Not just the rebounds, but then he finds himself maybe out of position, but he was at one point behind the basket and still reached over with his arm. I almost smacked you in the face, Jordan.
Yeah, I did. I was ready.
Reached over and was able to lay it in. But fantastic work today from Brady. And also this offense in general has really played well. 79 points. That's not typical for a high school team, remember. This Hillsdale team, they've stacked up their offensive numbers. We saw it when we were last here with Loudonville in the opening game of the season. But Hillsdale, I just really like what this team provides on their side of the floor.
They should be better than what their record is how I feel. Like, coming into this, 2-3 in the conference was like, what? How is that possible? Because seeing how they played these two nights, I'm shocked that they lose, honestly, to teams in this conference. Now, I will admit I have not really seen it. Really looking forward to being here on Tuesday for the second game against Dalton, because it's going to go a long way in determining. I mean, he's still thinking they can come back and win this conference. I know I read the quote from Coach Ferguson later about that, they might have to kind of shift their focus now, but you like to hear from the players that, hey, we're going to just keep grinding away and try and get those wins and get back into this thing.
Yeah, and they could go 0-4 to start the conference play, and they'll tell you the same thing. We're
Absolutely.
ready to win an WCAL title. I think that Hillsdale, they still got the pieces to do it. It's just not in their hands.
Sure.
That's kind of the issue that you have right now. And then you're taking on Dalton this weekend. They'll take them on tomorrow on the road. That's the big one. If you can win that, take that momentum into Tuesday where you're going to be right back here, have a chance to win that again. That will be the tell. I did just say that it's out of their control, but I think what they can control is win those 2 games against Dalton and then see where you stack up from there.
Absolutely. So looking at the final numbers here for you, a lot of free throws for Hillsdale in this one. Rittman picked up all sorts of fouls, got into foul trouble in this one, and you see the discrepancy there, 16 of 22 versus 4 of 6. And again, Rittman just, they couldn't keep up with Hillsdale in this one. They did it for about a quarter and a half, and then Hillsdale just kept coming relentless offensively, and they were too tough to stop.
Yeah, and that's the thing with this Rittman team. Take away those 16, 22 free throws, the 16 that they made, that's an 11-point game. This was really back and forth in the first half, and it was just a shame to see how the fashion that this got out of hand. It was not Rittman necessarily turning the ball over like it has been all season. It wasn't Rittman just not playing defense against Hillsdale. Granted, 79 points isn't great, but it's self-inflicted wounds. You're committing technical fouls. You're committing fouls on the fast break. Just got to make sure you clean that up going into the rest of conference play and the rest of the season as well.
So we'll see how these 2 teams respond as Rittman now falls to 2-10, 1-6 in the WCAL. Rittman now Hillsdale, now 8-3, 3-3 in conference. And there you get a look at our next 2 weeks of the basketball schedule here for you on the OH Report. I will be back here on Tuesday for the second game of the Dalton-Hillsdale series, as I'm going to call it. And yeah, you can see we are once again bringing you all sorts of stuff live and free here on the OH Report, because that's what we do.
Yeah, but for Hillsdale Nation, all you care about is that Tuesday the 21st and Friday the 31st. I thought I'd help you direct your eyes here on this schedule. So we've got Dalton taking on Hillsdale Tuesday, as you said, you'll be there, and then Waynedale taking on Hillsdale next, not this coming Friday, but next Friday. So yeah, exciting stuff on the way in the WCAL. Tomorrow, that Mansfield Senior Big Walnut game. Ooh. That's going to be exciting over at Ohio Dominican. Also, I believe we're going to be somewhere else on Sunday. It's not on this schedule, but we're going to be at ODU as well for another game. I believe Westerville Central or Westerville North is playing. But yeah, some exciting games coming up. We're getting towards crunch time in conference play, and then playoffs are going to be here before you know it.
I can't believe it when I was looking at upcoming schedules and stuff that we are winding down the regular season. That is just insane. Well, we're winding down this broadcast here for you tonight. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in tonight. Kane on camera did an excellent job. Love to see it. Good to work with Kane, as always. Thank you so much to our generous sponsors here tonight. Simonson Construction, Fickes Furniture, Radar's Dairy Bar, Village Point Market, Home and Kitchen Supply. We could not do it without you, so thank you so much for your generous sponsor support. That is going to do it. Hillsdale, a winner tonight, 79-52 for Jonathan Langdon. I'm Andy Jardy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Stay warm and stay safe.